Hey guys, Normal Beryl Traders. It is July 23rd, 2019, Tuesday. Quick recap for today. It's been a little while since I've done a recap. Been traveling, been sick, a couple other things, but one and done day for me. So quick recap on Nvidia this morning. I've had my eye on Nvidia for a little while now. I traded a lot and I kind of gotten to know it a little bit. It's had some really good moves here over the last couple of months and topped out back here at the beginning of July. Then held these moving averages, got a moving average cross on the daily here. And I've been looking at this consolidation point and waiting for it to break above the 200 moving day daily moving average right here, just under 170. And finally this morning it really showed. I mean, it busted through and then retested yesterday. This morning it really had gapped up, so I had my eye on a breakout here, specifically if it could also break above this 173.95 number. I thought it could run. I still think it'll go further. It's pulled back a little bit this morning. SPY's pulling it down, but barring any negative news that comes out, I think it might make another run later today. Anyway, so I had my eye on it for that reason. And at the open, it had run up a little bit into the pre-market. It continued to look strong. There were a lot of orders coming through to the buy side, so I kept my eye on it, waited for a little pullback right here in the first couple of minutes. It was pretty quick. I'll pop over to a 1 minute. So it did run up, pulled back, got into it before it started to run again, and then I proceeded to take it off right as it got through 104. And then it started looking a little bit toppy in this 174.31 area. Came up, I believe, 174.28-ish. Pulled back and then just barely got through it. When I see that, I start taking a little bit off. I would have held it stronger or more if it would have, and not taken that partial, had it continued to just run through that level. So anyway, then as it busted through and made a new high a day, I took a little bit more off. And then as it busted through 174.50, I took some off, which ended up being right around 174.70 when that momentum died down. Ideally, I would have gotten a partial right up here at 175, but there were a ton of orders on the ask, and it really just bounced off very quickly from that 175, which is the exact high. I think it'll probably at some point make a run for that. I don't think it's quite done. I held on to it. It got a couple of cents for my stop here at break even, continued to run back up, and I actually added back to my position at VWAP for a pop through. Took off the majority of that add in the 174.30s range, just under 174.40. Once it went through VWAP again and failed to hold and started getting through these moving averages, specifically on the 2, you can see it. I started seeing this moving average cross potentially forming, and so I got out of the rest of my position. Anyway, that is it for me today. Not a huge day. I'm frankly, my biggest psychological hurdle that I deal with in trading, and all of us have different hurdles we deal with. Mine is greed. When I start setting a daily goal, and I've talked about this in the room, I set a daily goal of $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever it is. And I slowly inch that up. And then you have a big day, and the next day you come back and you're like, well, why didn't I make $1,500 today? And that leads to over trading on my part, taking a share size that's too big or something of that nature. So, or holding on for too long and letting something reverse and come right back and not making anything on it, or just a tiny, tiny amount. So I'm trying to work on that. As we go through this summer earnings season, this consolidated summer earnings season before we get to August, just want to make very consistent small gains. I found when I get into a negative psychological process in my trading over a period of time, that helps. If I can just focus on small gains, one day at a time. Don't let that greed be a factor. Make, $200, shut my platform down and move on for the day. It takes a week, 2 weeks, sometimes a month of doing that and get yourself back in the right mindset. Summer trading's been pretty decent this year so far, but I anticipate it really slowing down on August. I'd like to go into the full-on trading season, September, October-ish, with a new mindset and fresh and really confident in my goals for the next year. So anyway, thanks for watching. Trade safe, Leave any comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. Take care.